It hardly looks controversial.
Everybody misses it, the phone.
Volunteers are registering voters at this vocational school in Central Florida. They're from the League of Women Voters, a nonpartisan group that holds thousands of these events during every election. But the state passed a law last year requiring them to submit completed registration forms within 48 hours or face heavy fines. The League called the law an undue burden, and so after 72 years, it suspended its registration drives in Florida. It wasn't until this summer that the law was finally overturned.
We would have started probably prior to the early presidential preference primary, which was in January or whenever. So we've been registering voters for about 6 weeks now, but it would have been more like 6 months.
The Republicans who sponsored the law said it would cut back on registration fraud, but there have only been 13 documented cases of fraud in Florida since 2000. Critics say it's part of a campaign of voter suppression not only here in Florida, but across the country. They say these laws will discourage people like John Knight, an Air Force veteran and student who registered to vote here in Orlando.
Well, it was very convenient because I was here. I'm here till from 7:30 to 2:30. And for it to be here made it so much easier for me than trying to get transportation, which I don't have. I use the bus system.
The law will also have an impact across town at New Covenant Baptist Church. It halved the number of early voting days in Florida, and it ended voting on the Sunday before Election Day. That's when Florida's Black and Hispanic churches encourage their members to vote right after services.
We did a big voting turnout, came out from the church early voting, and it was very, very helpful for the elderly as well as some of the members here that couldn't get out during the week were able to post their votes early.
The sponsor of the law said that poll workers need a break on the Sunday before Election Day, but critics say this is simply a bid to discourage blacks and Hispanics, a reliable Democratic constituency who in 2008 accounted for more than half of the votes on the Sunday before Election Day.
They are trying to say that they want to make sure that the election is fair. They have not found any substantial cases of voter fraud at all. But what they do know, those who decided that we needed those laws, they knew that the minorities are the majority of those who voting early.
The U.S. Justice Department sued Florida over the changes to early voting. They reached a deal this week. Florida will offer 8 days of early voting, including a Sunday, but not the Sunday before Election Day. And that has people here worried about what will happen come November.
You know, I don't know if people have been discouraged and not doing it anymore. It's just sad, the things that have been done in order to suppress